Instinct. Go with your gut. The problem with that is, with the exception of the last 120 or so years, man has never really traveled faster than a horse could run, and even in that situation, the horse was ultimately in charge. Every motorcycle I've ever ridden has more than 1 horsepower. A horse will top out at about 40 miles an hour or 65 kilometers an hour, and motorcycles go a lot faster. That puts us in a pickle, right? To ride well and survive, we have to put aside some of those evolutionary instincts. So here we are, 3 riding instincts that feel right, but could actually get you hurt. Hi, my name is Dave, and I've been a professional motorcycle coach for over 25 years. I'm currently a champion certified coach with Yamaha Champ School. I'm certified with the USMCA and taught basic and experienced state riding courses for over a decade. I've seen new and experienced riders alike make these same mistakes for years. But more importantly, I've helped them overcome them and become better riders. So let's get into this. Number 1, holding on tight. Do you remember your first amusement park, your first roller coaster, those thrill rides? I mean, I still love me a good trip to Disneyland. Not an endorsement, bit Disney, if you're watching, huh? But anyway, what is your first instinct on, say, the Tower of Terror? You hold on for dear life, right? I'll bet you've had a hard time not desperately hanging on to anything you could get your hands on. Holding on tight comes from a need to control our environment or the people around us so we feel secure or in control. It's also driven by fight or flight responses when our bodies tense up to prepare to react quickly to potential threats or to brace for an impact. Stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol also increase muscle tension. That's why you've done the exact same thing on your motorcycle. But the problem is, when we hold on like that, it creates a lot of other problems. First, death gripping the hand grips results in a loss of dexterity. Try squeezing your phone as hard as you can and type out a text. But it's more than just our hands. It activates all the muscles in your forearms and your biceps, your shoulders, and before you know it, you can't turn your head, your back starts getting tight, and that even starts to affect your breathing. This is a hard one to overcome, but it's so important to keep a light touch on the hand grips. This allows us to feel what the front end is doing. It gives us more precise control over how we use the front brake. So what can we do to fix this? First is just to be aware of it. But we can also practice developing the right feel by putting a straw into a juice pack. If you hold on too tightly, you'll be greeted with a blast of high fructose corn syrup in your face. And if you don't hold on tightly enough, the juice pack is going to end up on the floor. Number 2, the rear brake is safer. Your first bicycle probably only had a rear brake, right? So you grew up relying on big, long, sick skids to get stopped. And you probably watched as the kid down the street mashed the front brake and looped over the handlebars. The fear of the front brake was firmly instilled in all of us. So we have a natural tendency to think the rear brake is the safer option. It's not, really. Motorcycles running into things is one of the leading causes of fatalities, and we know from crash data that in almost all of them, the rider never even touched the front brake. Now, the rear brake does have a lot of value. I have an entire video that goes into detail about it that you should check out. But the long and the short of it is, the rear brake exists to complement the front brake. It's a fine-tuning tool for stability. In most cases, the fear of the front brake is reinforced when the rider is also holding on too tightly, resulting in abrupt or stabby inputs. Depending on your motorcycle, the front brake accounts for 80 to 90% of your braking power. It's the brake we need to rely on. It's the safer brake. Neglecting your front brake in favor of the rear brake will result in much longer stopping distances and reduced overall control. Proper front brake usage increases front tire grip and can give us more grip in corners. In other words, stop being afraid of your front brake. Instead, be afraid of abruptness. Number 3, looking down at hazards, sometimes called target fixation. At higher speeds, everything feels faster and more intimidating. Looking down gives a false sense of control because we're focusing on the immediate problem. It feels like the more urgent area to monitor because we're worried about obstacles, potholes, gravel, or those beloved tar snakes. Tunnel vision is a genetic response to stress, thanks to our friend, the fight or flight response. Our brain limits information from our peripheral vision in favor of focusing on that lion or that real life snake. And then just when you didn't think it could be any harder to overcome, when we're mentally taxed or fatigued, we unconsciously narrow our visual focus to the area immediately in front of us in an attempt to reduce the cognitive load. So what's the solution then? Look, you're allowed to glance down at the road. Glance down at those urgent concerns. Like, reward yourself with a quick glance down, but then get your eyes back up and out to the horizon. Talk to yourself when you're writing. All the time, I say out loud to myself, fast eyes, to remind myself to get my eyes back up, out towards the horizon, the vanishing point or of the corner, or where I want the motorcycle to be next. And what's funny is when we get our eyes back out to the horizon looking for our next corner or our next decision point, our sense of speed goes down, and then our anxiety goes down. Looking out further is a way we can slow down time and give ourselves more time and space to deal with whatever unexpected thing comes up. I want to see the gravel way out there when I have time and space to account for it, not right here in front of me. So there we have it. 3 writing instincts that feel safer but could actually get you hurt. What are your thoughts on this? Did I miss one? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you ride safer and smarter. If you found this helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for more tips to keep you in control on 2 wheels. But lately I've been getting tons of emails saying that YouTube notifications aren't working or I'm not showing up in people's feeds. A few have even asked why I stopped making videos. Obviously, I haven't. So I created an email list, and if you want, you can subscribe, and my plan is to send out just 1 email a month with links to current videos and a monthly bit of writing advice or news or events I'll be attending or whatever else. So consider signing up. The link is right down there. But don't stop here. Check out this video where I dive into another essential writing skill that will boost your confidence and your control. I'll see you over there. Ride on and ride well.